I want to become rich. How do I become rich? By having an unhealthy obsession of becoming rich. Do I have that? I would love the answer to that question to be an absolute and resounding yes. Since I was a 5-year-old, small kids play father, mother, different things. I always played a rich person. I had my own company, I had a big office, I always played that. I want to become rich. How do I become that? By having an unhealthy obsession of becoming rich. Because everyone who ever became rich, if you ask them, how do you become rich? How do you become financially free? They will tell you to have an unhealthy obsession of that. But do I have it? Sadly, I realized that that is a dream, an obsession that only lives in my mind and does not show up through my actions. Do I read books that help me become richer? Sadly, the answer is no. The sun disappeared. Maybe I'm just gonna have the light. I hope you guys can still see me well. The sun really disappeared. I recently borrowed a book from the library, and it was a book called... What is it called? I recently borrowed this book from the library. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. And it's collecting dust in my room. I haven't read it past few chapters. Okay, let's see. Reading is not really my thing. I have dyslexia and I struggle with reading. Do I watch enough videos, content online? I can say these few days, yes, maybe. But throughout my life, the answer was sadly no. I want to become rich. How do I become rich? By having an unhealthy obsession of becoming rich. I want a life that gives me financial freedom. I don't want to work for anyone else. I never liked the idea of working for somebody else. I want something that is my own, something that belongs to me. I want to control my own time. I want to help people. I want to help my family. I want to retire my mother. I want to become rich. And how do I become rich? By having an unhealthy obsession of becoming rich. So I need to work on myself way more. I need to do the work. I need to watch the podcast that I need to watch. Post more videos. I'll be posting whenever I feel like it. Posting here was never something I really considered before, but every time I asked Allah to help me become financially free, to help me become wealthy, to help me become rich, I don't want to be ashamed of my dream. I don't want to be humble with my du'as. Don't ever be humble with your du'as. Be humble in your character, but not with your du'as. I want to become a millionaire. Every time I ask Allah that, this idea of posting content online is what comes up in my mind. And I actually believe that your qadar comes to you as a thought that simply won't leave you alone. This is one thing that never left me alone. So I feel like me posting videos online, posting myself online, is Allah giving me a way to answer my dua of becoming rich. Because I want to become rich. And I need to have an unhealthy obsession with becoming rich. And not just by thinking about it, by dreaming about it, but it needs to show up through my actions. I need to show that obsession. Does anyone feel like that? Is there anything you feel like you want to, you need badly? Ask yourself, is it showing up through your actions? Are you just thinking about it? Is your unhealthy obsession only living in your mind? Because think about it. Think about anything else. You want to play football professionally. You want to join a big league. Would you just think about it all day long? Would you become a professional footballer by just thinking about it all day long? No, that would never happen. If the gap between who you want to become and your actions are big, you will feel miserable. The misery lives in between. Either give up on that dream or be as obsessed with it in your actions too. That is just what I realized. And now the sun comes back. How does this dress look, by the way? I really feel great in this dress. And the sun makes it look even better. To conclude this long video, I want to become rich. And how do I become rich? By having an unhealthy obsession of becoming rich. And that needs to show up in my actions too. I can't just think about it. I need to act upon it too. And the sun disappeared. Bye bye, that was all.